Today on Fly Rod Chronicles is a very special episode as my youngest daughter Autumn and her husband Evan chose one of our favorite places in the world, Harmon's Cabins in Almost Heaven, West Virginia, to not only fish, but to have their wedding. This is one show I will never forget. Traveling the world, fishing, enjoying the great outdoors. Those are things that would have seemed impossible to me when I was a kid growing up in the mountains of West Virginia. I'm a lucky man and I never want to forget it, and I'm hoping that sharing my experiences with folks will inspire them to do the same. I'm Curtis Fleming, and these are my Fly Rod Chronicles. Harmon's is like family. If spring comes, I got to get up to Harmon's. It's like, you know, you hear frogs a-peeping, and it's just like you got to get up here.
My first memory of Harmon's, I think I did my 12th birthday party here. We did a show, and I think if I've been here before that, that was like my earliest memory. And I think that was the first time that we kind of started going here and filming and fishing and doing shows, and we've been coming here for a while now since then.
Okay, let me grab him here.
Okay.
How as cool is that? Huh?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That is a brown trout.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get him back in the water. You want to release him?
Yeah.
There you go. Wet your hands. That's the both hands.
Both hands?
Then I'm gonna hand him to you.
Okay.
And you're gonna release him.
Okay, I just put him in the water?
There, yeah. You caught a fish. I've never seen this happen except, all right. So happy birthday to Autumn.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too.
Curtis called me and he's like, hey, I'd like to stop by and fish at the property. And, you know, I'm like, okay, I don't know this guy. And we sort of worked it out that he could come to the property and fish. And he would bring kids from a school that he worked at, and he'd go to Bowden, which is west of us, and they'd teach fly fishing. And then as time went on, he would bring those kids here and do some on-stream work with them. So, you know, Curtis basically started coming to the property, and we just couldn't get rid of him. That's the truth.
Several years ago, Curtis and Todd invited us to Harmon's Cabins. It's not far from home. It's beautiful. We love coming here. We've enjoyed getting to know their family and spending time together over New Year's and early spring fishing, and again, just spending time together as a family and getting to know each other.
Through hanging out with them, I realized that her family and my family were very similar in values and how they grew up and the things they like to do and the places they like to go. It just reminded me of my parents and how I grew up.
Evan's loved fishing his entire life. Scott and I have chased him up and down the banks of the South Branch of the Potomac River since he was, I'd say, 4, up before the sun came up and out there when the sun went down. His love of fishing continued. Surf fishing when we would go to the beach in the summer. Again, morning, evening, that's where you find Evan. He found super glue one day and some hooks and some feathers and some fur and decided that he'd tie flies. Wasn't long after that, I'd say probably 5 or 6, he had a fly fishing setup in his room, and he'd spend hours back there tying flies and learning and growing in the opportunity to do that.
I'm gonna be catching fish, yeah.
I'm just excited that I passed it on to my family and passed it on to generations that my kids want to do it. I brought my daughters
here when they were just little. She grew up here, that this is a place that she fell in love with, and to know that this is a place that she picked to get married, it's really cool.
Harmon's is a special place to me and my family. Obviously, it has a lot of history for me, and it has a special kind of feeling to me. I love coming here. I feel very relaxed, and I feel like there's a lot of things to do around here. And when I took Evan and his family here for the first time, I remember the time that Evan looked at me and said, "This is the place I want to get married."
I fell in love with the place. I lived an hour from here and never heard about it until she brought me here. And since then, my family and her family come up here every New Year's. So it's become an awesome tradition. We've been to Harmon's a bunch of times, and I have a lot of great memories here.
Oh, awesome. One jumped.
Take a seat with your foot. Just come to your palm.
I think I got it now. So Tim, I know you gotta go. You got some other duties you gotta do here, but we really appreciate you helping us out and putting us on some fish.
Hopefully we weren't too bad of a couple to guide, even though we're a little competitive.
Oh no, I know you're gonna stay together forever. Couples fish together, stay together.
Well,
I can see that. It was a pleasure having you out and to be able to put you on fish. I know you guys fish all over the world, and it was just an honor to be able to have this moment with you guys.
Oh man, it's been awesome to have a guide like yourself doing this for so many years. You know exactly what the fish are doing. Little fly changes, you made this really enjoyable for us. So thank you for everything that you've done.
Yeah, thank you.
Good day.
I noticed Evan freshman year of college. We both went to West Virginia University, and I noticed him. We had chemistry class together. I didn't think he noticed me at all, but I remember, following him and kind of just watching from afar. I think he had a girlfriend at the time, and we happened to be in the same major of exercise physiology before I switched into pharmacy. So that is when he messaged me about a class needing help.
Okay, we'll put that back in there.
Your turn.
We went on our first date and we got to talking, and I found out that, she lived 12 miles down the road in Virginia for most of her life when I lived in Hampshire County. And my aunt and uncle and my best friend went to church at the same church she went to. When I took her on a date for the first time, my dad asked me, who did you take on a date? And I was like, oh, you're never gonna know her. And he works in the school system. He's like, I know everybody. You gotta tell me. So I told him her name's Fleming. He goes, I bet her mom's name is Michelle. And I was like, daggone, you're right. And it turns out they went to principal school together.
That's kind of how it all started, and we've been together for 5 years, and ever since then.
Switching it a couple times, see what happens. Like a couple of serious twitch hard. Ooh, atta girl. That's a good fish. Good fish. Good fish. Let it run. Nice fish, Autumn. Let it run. That thing's taking you down to Webster County. Lord, what a fight, Autumn. What a fight that was, huh? Let me get him.
Interests are very similar. The things that she likes to do, I like to do. The things that I'm not good at, she's good at. So, we really complement each other, and, she's just the person that I knew that I wanted to be with and spend the rest of my life with.
reason I think Harmon's is the place you want to be, the place you want to bring your family, your friends, your loved ones. It's not only a getaway, but it's also a place to sort of bond with your family, bond with your friends.
I think our biggest focus is that we're going to start doing events at the property. We really have not been an event-oriented property. We've been a single customer, family thing, and it's time for us to start doing events.
Just a little backstory about weddings at Harmon's. So we were married in May of 1996, so that was the first wedding that was on the property.
Specifically as we have to get these cabins built, because we were literally building cabin number 3, which is the cabin that she came out of the day that we got married, and we just remodeled it this past year. It's absolutely spectacular. Me and the boys were in cabin number 1, and the night before our wedding, we actually were still putting furniture together so that we could actually sleep in the cabin. And now we do receptions here, and you know, this place you just don't want to leave it. Once you get here, if you're doing your wedding here, you want to do rehearsal dinner, reception, you want to do everything here. It's a great place so the people are close to you the whole event. You don't have to travel to and from stuff. I mean, that makes sense.
He said, does it count that his daddy had to come catch the fish?
Oh, there you go. Thanks, Dad. Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's all you get. It's the big one, guys.
Oh no.
Huh?
Let's see if mine not holds better than Charlie's. He's big. This one might take a minute.
Evan's gonna have to get it fairly close. You just had to catch fish.
I know, and I'm in for a fight.
Just hang on.
You catch a shark or a trout?
I'm beginning to wonder.
Okay, Autumn, right here. Come this way.
Straight for you, kind of.
Get ready. There you go. Good. You're good. Everybody's good. Go under, go under, go under. Under. You got it. My God. This right here is going to be bigger than your all's firstborn child.
Oh my gosh. Trust the car.
Thank you. Thanks, Audie.
For what?
I got the biggest fish now.
I know you did. I'll let you have it. I caught the most, you caught the biggest.
That's wild, wonderful West Virginia right there in Harmon's cabin. Look at that thing. It's hard.
Hey rivers, oh rivers, you're a joy tornado, rivers. Just like your name, you're making your way back home. Hey rivers, oh rivers, moving like all those Tennessee rivers, going to the ocean, making their way back home. Just like a road trip, making your way back home. Just like your name, you're making your way back home.
You know, today was an unbelievable fishing day today. It got competitive, as it usually gets between Autumn and Evan. I think Autumn beat him on numbers, but man, did Evan catch an incredible fish today. Those big fish is something that you never forget. And I know that Autumn was so happy for Evan with that big fish. And it was just so cool to experience it with good friends, new friends, and to be there and capture it. It was really cool.
So I'm very new to this. I've only been doing this a couple years, so Autumn definitely has more world records than me. And that fish today, I was worried about it breaking off the whole time, and if I break it off, I lose it forever. If I mess up a word or two here, if we still get through the wedding, we're still married, and everybody laughs about it. They say West Virginia is almost heaven, but I can tell you Harmon's is definitely almost heaven. And you know, Autumn and I, when we decided that we were going to get married, we knew that this is the place that we had to tie the knot.
When Evan and Autumn got engaged and started looking for venues, it was natural that we ended up coming to Harmon's Cabins, again, to blend their love of the outdoors and fishing, and to once again bring all of our families together.
I love Evan very much. I think he brings out the best qualities in me, and I like to think that I bring out the best qualities in him, and we always push each other to be better, do better, and just be better people. And I think we were meant for each other. We were a match made in heaven, and God has blessed us and made our paths cross, and I'm very thankful.
She's very special. She is the kindest person I know. She's smart, she's driven, she's hardworking. You know, dealt with me through football and injuries, and she's always been very supportive and stuck around through, you know, the good times and the bad times. And we've made sure to have a lot of fun together, and she's the one for me, and it's gonna last.
Tim said a very true statement today while we were fishing, that couples who fish together stay together. So I will absolutely let Evan fish whenever he wants. If it's the day after the wedding, if it's on our honeymoon, he can fish all he wants as long as he brings me with him as well.